Here's how I program my max velocity sessions for my athletes. The main focus of your top end speed sessions are raising the ceiling of your total kilometers per hour output. Here are some of the benefits, and here are the topics I'm going to be talking about. Part 1 are your loading parameters. So your loading parameters is the distance, the rest, the sets, the reps. They need to be done right to allow your sprint times or your velocity achieved within your session to be at 95% or above your top speed. Part number 2 is the warm-up, right? Part number 3 is mechanics. I use mechanics for a couple of reasons mainly. One is they bridge that gap from that dynamic warm-up to your sprints in here. Reason number 2 is that they are a reference point that I'm going to use to apply to the runs that we do within the session. They could be foot placement, that could be foot strike, that could be arm position, that could be how far you're leaning back or forward. It could be knee lift. You won't need to work on all, but there will be 1, maybe 2 that we might refer to while you're doing running. Part number 4 is going to be intensive plyos. They're going to be specific to max speed in this session. That means direction, that means ground contact, that may even mean joint angles. We will do more volume if we're in an accumulation block. Less if we have less time and we just want to get the runs in, or we may have time to do plyos during the week. Warm-up runs you generally get done pretty quick, right? So we'll probably do 2 10 meters all out, 2 20 meters all out, or between 90 to 100, and then 150 meter or a longer one where we're really trying to open up the strides. If, however, the athlete's ready before that, or you're ready before that, then just run. Part 6, this is your sprints. Any variations of sprints that I use of a flying sprint, I use for my max velocity session. So I use a 10 to 30 meter build up, I use a 10 to 20 meter fly zone. And that's dependent on the athlete who's in front of me or where you're at with your running, right? Generally, the less time you spend doing sprint training, the shorter the fly in and the shorter the fly zone. The longer you've been doing sprint training, the longer the fly zone and the longer the fly in, because you're going to be able to hit higher speeds. But with higher speeds means more stress through muscles and tendons that if they are ready for it, they can handle it longer because it's faster. But if they can't, then you want it to be shorter. Part 7 is your measuring and tracking. This allows for greater intent for your runs. It gives you instant feedback. It allows you to track your progress. It makes it more fun. And it allows you to gauge where you are and how you're feeling in your warm-ups to see how good you're going to be feeling for the day. And that can help with motivation. Part number 8 is technique. I'll intervene if changes can make you quicker or if you're returning from injury. Not just to run prettier, all right? There's a bandwidth with technique. There's not a perfection. There's not a one-size-fits-all, right? So we want to make sure that if we need to improve things, we will look to improve things, all right? And that can generally be air time, your touchdown position, and your foot strike, potentially knee lift. Those are the main things that I go through with most people. Use this as a reference point for your speed sessions, and you'll probably get a bit more out of your speed sessions in the future.